Good morning, guys. Today is April the 4th, 2013. Today is Thursday. So, our journal topic for today, it says, if you received a letter in the mail saying your school will be closing, how would you feel and what would you do and why? Okay, that's your journal topic for today. Go ahead and get started. Make sure you write your name and tell exactly how you feel. Okay, tell how it would make you feel if this school, because this is the school that you attend, and being here, and you know that this is your opportunity to go to the next level, to have a chance to be educated, and if that right was taken away from you for whatever reason, how would it make you feel? If you have no control over your school closing because the mayor and other officials, corporate America, says that, hey, let's close the school. Why should we, have the school open because of low enrollment or because of issues in the community? Tell why you feel that, it would affect you. How would it make you feel? What would you do? And why? So take a few minutes and write that down. While some of you guys are writing, just off the top of your head, Pedro, what would you say? You received a letter in the mail, and it said to your parents that the school is going to be closing. How would it make you feel?
I feel bad for the teachers and for the students because the students it will be hard to get transportation. The teachers won't have jobs. They'll have to find it from school.
That's true. That's true. So it not only would affect the students, but it would affect the teachers. It would affect the teachers and the people that work in the schools. So not only students and teachers will be affected, but the people building the community will all be affected. Students would actually have to do a lot of different things as to how they would get to another even school to be educated. So it's a lot to even think about. Who else would like to share? Anybody else? How they would feel if this were to happen? Okay, Adrian?
I would feel mad because I want to have an education.
Wow. I'm telling you, if you miss an opportunity of being educated, especially you can be educated. This is a public school, so you have the opportunity to be educated, and to find out that the school will be closing would be devastating. Just like he said, he would be mad because he wants an education. He wants to see himself doing things in life, and so therefore it would make him feel upset. So what would you do? Would you just end all, be all, stop going to school, or would you
move to another school?
Move to another school, absolutely. You move to another school, and hopefully those teachers and those staff members that would lose their jobs, hopefully they'll be able to do what? Hopefully find another job. Yes. So it's not the end all, be all of a situation, but there is hope at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense. That even if one door closes, another window of opportunity will be available to and for you all. Because if they're closing the school, a lot of times we don't see the positive in it, but there has to be a positive. But this situation that's taking place in the city of Chicago with some of the schools that are closing, it's because of the low environment, the low enrollment in those communities. And for some of the students, it's going to be kind of difficult because they're going to have to travel a little bit further. They're going to have to provide transportation for them to be able to go to another school. So that means that parents have to change schedules to be able to provide whatever they need for their kids to even travel a little bit further to be educated. So keep in mind that this is a true story. So this journal topic that we have for today is actually happening in the city of Chicago. They're going to be closing, or set to close 50 schools for the upcoming school year. 50 schools are on the list to be closed, and some of my friends will be affected as well as students. Okay? So keep that thing in mind, and when you finish your journal, you can go ahead and turn it in your basket once you finish. If you finish, you can go ahead and turn it in. And then we're going to transition into our objective for today. Okay? So once you get that done, you can turn it in and open up your book to page 168. So you can go ahead and do that. You can turn it in the back. Make sure your name date is on your assignment. I'm sorry. And open up your book. Everyone should have the green 8th grade book. Page 168 is where we're going to be starting. And if you take a look at that picture on page 168, you see a picture of a girl, and she looks like she's holding what? Like a mouse or a little hamster or something that she obviously seems to what? Care about, love, cherish. It goes back to what we talked about on Monday. When you think about what you cherish, and we talked about the word cherish and what it means to cherish something. When you cherish something, that means that you do what, Caesar? When you cherish something, something that means something to you. That you love, absolutely. When you cherish something, that means you care about it, that you love it, and that you would not want to harm it, okay? So therefore, when you think about things that you want to cherish, this is something and some of the things that comes to mind. Who'd like to read a key idea for us? Anybody? Okay, Pedro, nice and loud for us.
Think of what you most cherish or hold dear. Is it worth a lot of money, or is it valuable because of a memory that is important only to you? For example, a photograph of a favorite friend or relative would bring much money at an auction, but the memories it holds might make it one of the first things you save your home or on the fire. In the treasure of Lemon Brown, a boy's encounter with an old blues musician helps him discover what he treasures most.
Very good. So you have to think of what you cherish or hold dear, something that's really special to you. Is it worth a lot of money, or is it valuable because of memory that is important only to you? Because what's important to me or what I cherish may not be important to you. What's important to you may not be important to Pedro. Okay? So the things that mean the most to you guys is what you cherish. Okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that one other person may think it's less than theirs, but a lot of times they're not going to hold it sensitive. They're not going to take it as serious as you would. A memory. Some of you have memories of people who you grew up with and they're no longer in your lives, and it's not anything that you can buy, but it's a memory. So you can't sell it, you can't give it away, but it's something in mind that you have that perhaps you can't get back anymore. So it's a memory. It's something that's in your mind. So you still hold it near and dear, even though they're not in your lives anymore, but it still is something that you cherish in your heart. Okay? All right, so the next part. The story that we're going to be reading in literature today is The Treasure of Lemon Brown. It's a boy's encounter with an old blues musician who helps him discover what he treasures most. Sometimes it'll take somebody else to make us discover or see something that really can mean a lot to us that we didn't even know that means a lot or meant a lot, because we didn't even know we actually even had it within us. We didn't even know we liked music. We didn't know we liked jazz or R&B. We thought we only liked hip-hop and rap. We only liked that. But in all actuality, if you really start studying and listening to music, and I'm using music as an example because in the story, a boy encounters with an old blues musician. Who really likes blues nowadays, especially? Not kids, in a sense. But in this story, a young boy discovers that he could really like blues because this is something that captured his attention because of an encounter with the old guy that said, hey, this is something you should really like. So when we read this story, really pay attention and really get in tune so you can see some things that you might not cherish, but somebody else would appreciate, and you never know what the effects would be on you. All right, take a look at the listing. Anybody want to read the listing for us? Anybody? Listed? Make a list of 3 to 5 things that you cherish. They might be tangible, things that you can perhaps touch, such as a pair of jeans or a pet, or intangible,